If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Okay, let's talk about this new Lil Nas X album, because obviously this was a very big release last week that I also made videos, before it dropped. And this was a release that I was looking forward to ever since he announced it and ever since we got those first couple of singles, because Lil Nas X is in this very interesting position where people usually write him off as like a one-hit wonder after, he had that Old Town Road success, but then he came through with a bunch of stuff after that established him as more of a serious artist. And not to mention the last couple of singles that are also on this record, like Montero, Industry Baby, also Sun Goes Down, and all those records that went really huge on TikTok and everywhere else. And then he was in this position where he again had like 2-3 really big songs as singles. But the question was if he could really pull off a studio album. This is his debut studio album. We only got that 7 EP, in his whole career. So this is first studio album. If he could really pull that off, make like a really cohesive project, and I think he succeeded in that. But let's talk about what this album actually brings to the table and if I liked it and what I didn't like. So let's jump straight into it. Montero, the album, not to be confused with the title track, which is also the first track, comes with 15 songs and a runtime of 41 minutes. The songs are usually pretty short, spanning in between 2 to 3 minutes, which is like a normal song length nowadays. But they do feel short, but they feel like they achieve what they're meant to achieve and convey what they're meant to convey. There's not a lot of stuff happening outside of having like that hook, that verse, and sometimes a little interlude or bridge there. But when it comes to song structure, it is concise, it's to the point. But that's not a bad thing at all. If anything, it only adds to the enjoyability and replay value of this whole thing. I like this thing because the production and the leveling, the mixing is really great. I like how Lil Nas X used his voice. I think this is a recording style that I really like. The voice is like thick and on the lower end of the EQ, is sitting right in your ear. I think J. Cole also does this really well, just to mention someone who's done this in the past. So this is something that I enjoyed quite a bit. We've seen some, mixing issues on previous, really big releases like Donda or CLB, where some songs are just leveled incorrectly or in, relation to the other ones, and the vocal effects just make the vocals sound thin and the instrumental kind of empty. But this thing, every track on here is mixed professionally, and I like that. It really makes the whole thing more enjoyable, more like it wasn't rushed. It's, actually a full album from top to bottom, and this is the way that it was meant to be, not some drama like Donda being released but Kanye not actually wanting it to be released. I feel like he took his time with this one. He did. He said it was going to drop in the summer. Now it dropped right at the end of summer. I don't count this as summer anymore. So that's what I like about this. So the songs that we already heard on here are Montero, Call Me By Your Name, which went huge, Industry Baby with Jack Harlow, which I also liked quite a lot. We also had Sun Goes Down, which was my favorite single so far. I thought that just the little bit of switch in the genre that he was heading in, not going that, usual pop, hip-hop route that he went with Montero with, or on Industry Baby. I like that. I like that he was trying new things. And I also said in that video leading up to this release, talking about my expectations for it, I said that I do expect some other genres mixed into here, like some indie rock, like some more chill stuff, and that's exactly what happened, and I love that. For example, on Tales of Dominica, we have this really chill beat with him just, pulling off this singing performance that reminds maybe a little bit of some pop, but then also the drum breaks are very indie rock-ish. So that's what I like about a lot of stuff. Lost in the Citadel, for example, is another great example of this. That's exactly what I expected from this, and I would have wanted him to do when he did that, and I think he pulled it off really well. He can do a lot with his voice. He can rap, but also he can, have that deep voice that sits right in your ear when he's singing, when he's doing more of like a singing rap type of mixture, that's when he's at his best, something that, for example, Drake is also at his best at. That's what I really like about this, and I think that's going to be one of the main features moving forward into his future career that's going to carry him, a long way, being this versatile with his music. Also, this early on in his career, experimenting around with different sounds. That's not to say that this album didn't have, some basic songs that you would expect. For example, Scoop with Doja Cat is exactly that. I know it's going to do well commercially. I know it's going to do, be on TikTok and be everywhere. But this is just a really bland song. I didn't enjoy it at all. Just that repetitive hook, like scoop, scoop, scoop. Like, what is that? Doja Cat's feature wasn't too good either. I think that this combination is just, to excite some TikTokers or whatever. Same goes for $sign Slime with Megan Thee Stallion. Her part was very basic, very predictable. Didn't enjoy that a lot. But I guess that's just a basic Megan Thee Stallion feature. But aside from those tracks, I really love that he didn't just go with, some trap beats and just rapping over them, but actually, I mentioned Lost in the Citadel, more of like a rock influence, and he can really pull that off, that mixture of like hip hop, but then also, I don't want to say indie rock because I know that term is like overused and associated with so many other things, but with that type of genre, that like rock, hip hop mixture, not like the hard rock, like the indie rock type of stuff, with some guitars, with some riffs in the background. I like that. We also had an Elton John and Miley Cyrus feature on there. Elton John wasn't featured vocally. I think he was just instrumentally present on that track, One of Me, which was a really beautiful track as well. And then the last couple of tracks, on one of them, Miley Cyrus is appearing, who is actually giving us some vocals, and I thought that was a great way to end the album. It felt like from top to bottom, it was concise. It felt like it was a whole album mixed perfectly. Like, this is a perfect example of when someone asked me like, yo, what album do you think is mixed perfectly? This is it in terms of leveling, vocal effects, mixing, everything, all that. This is a perfect example, and I'm really looking forward to what Lil Nas X is coming in the future, because this is like a statement, I would say, for him to come through with an album this, made to perfection, not some debut album that he just put out to have it out there and to get some sales in. So I think that this dude will be, out here staying in the rap game and in the pop culture game. I'm looking forward to whatever he has got coming for us in the future, because I really enjoyed this thing. But obviously, that is just my opinion. Now, I want to know what you think about this. Have you listened to this album yet? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were your favorite songs? What were your least favorite songs? What did you think of the features? What do you think of the singles we had so far? What do you think he has coming up in the future for his career still? What was your favorite blend of genres on this album? Did you expect him to just go hip-hop? Did you want him to go just hip-hop? I think those are some really interesting things to talk about, so let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.